Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 2 in the series between, well, Hopestar and Melody, even though you can't tell by their names. Alright, let's go ahead and switch up the colors. It looks like they did change their colors just a little bit to annoy me, and I will have to try and figure out who is. I believe this is Hopestar. Let me double check this. I believe Hopestar is... I believe this is Hopestar and this is Melody. I'm not 100% sure. You can't really blame me for not knowing in a mirror match where you don't see their names. Well, I guess you could blame me. I've been blamed for many worse things with less proof. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the game here. Game 1, rather interesting, looking at how we saw the Lich used very effectively. That Lich being used in the opening segments of that game, very strong, and we'll see whether or not that is going to be repeated. I believe Hopestar is down over here. Is he going to be going for a Lich? It looks like he's going to be opening up with a death, or opening up with a ghoul strategy at the very least. And meanwhile, we are looking at Crypt Fiends coming in from the red. Ghouls are being trained, but that early graveyard is a clear sign that you want to try to train up Crypt Fiends, as you did end up delaying your Altar of Darkness. You can see that this Altar of Darkness is going to be completed here in just a moment. Meanwhile, you can see off to the north, the Crypt is being trained up, and it is going to be a Lich once more. That Lich was able to do a very nasty dance, and we'll see if that continues to be the case here, as the Acolyte is wandering around here. One of the interesting things that I always wanted to see was whether or not a player was aware enough of the minimap to actually summon a spirit tower inside your opponent's base and then try to upgrade it to a Nerubian tower, or just try to tower your opponent's base just because there is blight already there. I think some players have done that in the past, but it generally works with spine crawlers in StarCraft 2, not so much in WarCraft 3. We are going to be looking at a Death Knight with Crypt Fiends. Eventually, it looks like Crypt Fiends are already being popped out. Meanwhile, the Lich is going to be coming out of here in just a moment. Tomb of Relics is about to be done, but it is going to be a little bit of time before she can pick up that Rod of Necromancy. You can take a look at that there. You can see the ghouls are trying to make their way out. The Lich is just simply there waiting, going to pick up the Rod of Necromancy and now make his way out. But where exactly is he going to try and creep? That is the question. The Lich now rolling out here, going to perhaps try to take down either this shop down over here, or perhaps go after the Enforcer and Renegade Wizard. And it looks like it will be the Enforcer and Renegade Wizards, in fact. And there is the engagement. Frost Nova quickly tied in that lightning shield onto the Lich, getting some easy damage. However, the Ghoul, is it taking damage from the lightning shield? Yes, I do believe so. And now it is trying to back off again. It needs to back off. It cannot let the kill go through there. I do not believe gold was actually dropped. The Lich may not get to level 2. Has to be extremely careful. Now backs off there. And this is rather dangerous here. You can see the amount of units that are missing. One Enforcer goes down. The other Enforcer finally goes down. A Tome of Intelligence +2. But these ghouls, unless you have Cannibalized tech, are going to have a very hard time regenerating hit points. All right. Oh, Cannibalize is teched. Alright, so Cannibalize ghouls now feeding off of the corpses are going to regenerate rather nicely, as the Lich also has Devotion Aura. Alright, we're going to continue to see this attack here. The Assassin taking a fair bit of damage. Are we perhaps going to see a Frost Nova onto that Assassin? It does not appear so. Circlet of Nobility has been dropped. And now we could see that this Ghoul could try to start cannibalizing while the creep is being engaged. That would actually be a rather interesting strategy there, as the ghouls would regenerate hit points, and they would be able to tank a little bit more damage as well. As you can see, the Lich is almost level 3 already, and this is extremely fast for the blue Lich. Getting very close to level 3. The Death Knight is sitting at level 2 as well. Baron Fellblade now going after this Goblin Merchant Shop. Lich now going to finish off this Renegade Wizard Creep Camp. He will get to level 3 here in just a second. And with that, with the Tome of Intelligence and the fact he has a Circlet of Mobility, that is an extra 60 mana, giving him 450 mana. That is really deadly on the Lich at this stage in the game, as he's now making his way off to the north. Alright, Skeletal Mains trying to make their way in. Quickly get focused down there. We are going into a graveyard. We are teching the Halls of the Dead, and here we go. The blue Lich about to come inside here and try and make a mess of things. However, the Death Knight does have Death Coils, should be able to heal up a lot of his units. And now the Skeletal Minions are just trying to run back on the inside here. They're going to do a little bit of disruption, and it looks as though they may get taken down. Yes, they will get taken down and slowly give a little bit more experience to the Death Knight, but the Death Knight is pretty much just hiding at home as the Lich picks up Boots of Speed and now even a Staff of Teleportation. He should be able to move around the map very, very quickly, very effectively, as we're now looking to see where exactly that Lich is. The Undead player played very smart, left a Skeletal Minion down over here. He knows that if his opponent left, it was not by that route there, as the Lich now going into a little bit of a suicide mode here, perhaps going to try to take down a second Acolyte, and this is going to be very problematic, as you can see that the Acolyte does fall really, really fast to that Lich, and now all this Lich needs to do is Staff of Teleport out of here. It's going to teleport out, and this is going to be a problem. Oh wait, teleports back over to the other side, goes after another Lich, and that was a huge play. There's now only 2 Acolytes that are mining, and as the Halls of the Dead is upgrading, it's going to be quite some time before we have full saturation back on that base. Alright, the Lich is on the move. Is it going to be able to do anything else? It looks as though that Lich trying to get away, it looks like it will be able to do exactly that. Meanwhile, we are already taking the Black Citadel 8,800 gold versus, or compared to 9,200 gold. That is a huge difference in terms of gold. It's what, 300-400 gold? That's about 40 seconds worth of mining, and we are still trying to train up more Acolytes, I believe. Yes, we are. Alright, the Death Knight, however, now coming in, doing a great bit of padding, as this Lich now still trying to get away. The problem, the Death Knight is simply too fast and is getting away and ahead of those Crypt Fiends. Alright, what are we going to be seeing here? Oh, the Lich now tries to make its way over, now wavering back and forth once again. The Crypt Fiend's getting in some easy shots again, as this Lich is going to hide around the back and now make his way back in. Alright, where are we going next? Is this Lich gonna perhaps get off another Frost Nova somewhere? No, unable to steal anything. It needs to get away, but he does not have to worry about getting nuked at all by that Death Knight. Death Knight is sitting at level 3. A Shade is now joining up with the rest of the fight here. And this Lich, now fighting on Blight, should regenerate a lot of hit points. He's going to perhaps pick up a potion of healing here in just a moment. No, Rada Necromancy first. The Skeletal Minions will get taken down. There's a Nerubian Tower. The Black Citadel is still upgrading, as the Lich now needs to back off. Oh, this could be extremely bad news. What is happening? The Death Knight is out. There is a potion of healing. There's a Death Coil. And now that Lich is pretty much back up to full hit points, but is still getting focused down rather quickly. Needs to focus down on a Lich. Oh, the Lich does get gets a Death Coil off, but that's going to be a little bit too late, as the Death Coil now hits the Lich again. That Crypt Fiend should be able to teleport out. Yes, still within range, as we are looking at the Obsidian Statue. Oh, what is this? Staff of Teleportation now teleporting off to the north, and is he going to pick up a Goblin Zeppelin? This is going to be one very, very fast moving Lich, and he is just going to be going after units. He knows that his opponent was delayed because of the blacks, in terms of the Black Citadel, because of this Lich. So the Lich is just going to come in here and then hit a unit, Frost Nova, and may be able to do it again even further. Alright, so far has done a lot of damage here. Is he going to be able to get off any more shots, as the Rod of Necromancy does bring down more skeletal minions? The blue Undead player currently creeping cannot engage easily because he is currently being slowed, and now this Lich is really just a one-man army, as the Black Citadel and the gold is not being harvested at all. Alright, the Lich now making its way out, perhaps going to get a Frost Nova off onto some of those units. And what's going to be happening here? Oh, now needs to sneak back and away. Is going to be able to get up there in time, and no Frost Nova because of a lack of mana. There is a Rod of Necromancy, and now jumps inside in the nick of time. Perhaps he's going to head back off to the north and do some dark rituals. Wow, how did that Death Knight moved around extremely? No, that was the blue Death Knight. Alright, the blue Death Knight, the red Death Knight, yes. The Death Knight hiding off, the Lich is still hiding off over here, regenerating mana slowly but surely. Meanwhile, the Death Knight sitting at level 2 has a potion of invulnerability, going to be very useful in that upcoming fight, also picking up a Gloves of Haste. So far, the game has really been dictated by the strategy here. Constant harassment, the Lich being able to take out acolytes as they're mining and as the Black Citadel and Halls of the Dead was upgrading. All right, there you go. There's the attack. There goes a unit, and now picked up once again. Oh, what happened here? The Zeppelin did get ensnared. This is going to be extremely bad news. The Zeppelin is sitting right there, and now this Lich needs to get away and in a hurry. All right, there is the Zeppelin again. There is where's the Lich? The Lich is right there. He is invulnerable. He will be teleporting back home, and there it goes. Teleports all the way back home. Picking up a Rod of Necromancy, gonna Dark Ritual one of them. The Lich is only sitting at level 3, doesn't get that much mana off of the skeletal minions, but still enough to really make it worth it. That Lich now making its way off to the north here. You can see that the Death Knight is here with an Obsidian statue. The Death Knight will be getting to level 3, and now that a Death Knight is also at level 3 with level 2 Death Coil, this Lich will not be falling, and now it is a level 3, level 2 versus a level 3, level 3. That is not good news, and this Lich needs to make a much stronger play. All right, double Obsidian statues. Ghouls now trying to come in. It is going to be able to surround us some of these units here. There's a huge Frost Nova, though, and Frost Armor. So far, all the units are fighting. They're trying to get into position as well. Going after the units, it looks as though, yes, one Crypt Fiend will be taken down extremely quickly. However, those ghouls are getting torn apart in just a matter of seconds. Another Crypt Fiend, however, now falling as well, and this is not looking good. The Death Knight now on the run again. There is two Crypt Fiends left. That Crypt Fiend very, very low on hit points, and there, I believe, is the game. And yes, Blue won once again. The player who went Lich first really just dominated the scene, and that was a rather entertaining series. Best out of 3, I believe Hopestar takes it 2-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I do believe I have a spoiler game lined up if you guys wanted to watch it as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.